Dragon Ball, at its heart, is a story. Before multiverse busting gods were on the menu, it was just a little adventure about granting a single wish. And while new transformations still generate massive hype nowadays, we can't forget the impact the first Super Saiyan form had on fiction as a whole. So today we'll be revisiting things like that today, and reviewing their first appearance in the story. First, we'll lay down some ground rules. Number 1, we will not be counting first chronologically in the grand timeline, but rather the first to be introduced in the series. For example, let's say Bardock was the first to do something in Dragon Ball's timeline, but Goku was the first to do it in the series. In this case, we count Goku. 2, this will be strictly following the manga, however Resurrection F and Broly are obviously exceptions. 3, characters without names will be counted for things they introduced. And 4, Jacko the Galactic Patrolman and Dr. Slump will not be counted. Okay, that's basically it for the rules, so without further ado, let's begin. Oh, and at the end we'll count up which character has the most firsts. And by the way, I'd really appreciate it if you consider subscribing or liking, because it makes me feel like the time I spend making these videos are actually worth it. Okay, let's go. 1. The first death in Dragon Ball is this giant fish killed by Goku. It's made sadder by the fact that this fish was sentient. Rest in peace, we can also add this as the first fight in Dragon Ball, being Goku vs Giant Fish, and 3, the first villain, being Giant Fish. The first character to beat Goku was Yamcha. Insane, I know, but this was because Goku was famished, dehydrated, and has been walking through the desert for hours. And Yamcha still brags about it to this day.
I used to be on par with him back in the day.
However, Yamcha is not the first character to be stronger than Goku. That honour would belong to Master Roshi, who was stronger than him from the Pilaf saga up until Korin's Tower. The first line in the series is Goku saying, "Hey bro, what's up?" to a monkey. The first character to use a ki attack was obviously Master Roshi, who was also the first to use a Kamehameha. The first character to fly was not Chiaotzu, it was Puar. Yeah, Master Roshi can't, Mercenary Tao can't, this random 9-year-old cat can. Right. The first character to train Goku was Grandpa Gohan, but on screen was Master Roshi again. The first W for my man Krillin was, poetically, against his Orin Temple bullies, one of the most satisfying Krillin moments ever. The first character to use instant transmission was Goku, no surprises there, and the first character to sense ki was actually Master Roshi, who did it as early as the Red Ribbon Army arc when trying to sense General Blue. The first named attack we see in the series, and yes, I know the games give names to everything, but there's no way I'm calling this Machine Gun of Fury, was Rock Paper Scissors, used by Goku on the Bear Feast to say turtle. The first character to create copies of himself was Tien. No, After Images and Murasaki's BS do not count. The first character to get a Zenkai boost was obviously Goku, but in case you're curious, it was after his first fight with Tao. As to who was the first evil Goku, there are 3 different answers. You could say Popo's doll of Goku that fights him during their training, but that was filler and isn't really evil. So you could say Turles, but he isn't canon, or really even a Goku. So in my opinion, the first evil Goku doppelganger is Ginyu! The first fusion in the series was the Mecha Pilaf gang fusing into the Pilaf machine, but if you're boring and don't count that, it was Piccolo and Nail. The first character to time travel is another tricky one, depending on what we're going off. In some filler, Goku goes back in time during his Kami training to meet a young Roshi, Shen, and Mutaito, but if you don't count that, then future Trunks is the first. The first lie to ever be told is Bulma telling Goku he will get his grandpa's Dragon Ball back when she knows that they'll scatter after the wish has been made. Kinda crazy that we are 21st in and this is our first Bulma. The first character to give birth to a new character is King Piccolo, who gave birth to Symbol on screen. The first giant character is Great Ape Goku, but it would be giant to me if you could subscribe right now. Yeah, I'm sorry. The first immortal character, and by immortal I mean completely invincible, not eternal youth, is future Zamasu. However, it's worth noting the non-canon character Garlic Jr. The first wish in the Dragon Balls was Oolong's wish. In the manga, his wish was for the panties of a hot babe, but in the censor's English dub, he wishes for the world's most comfortable pair of underwear. I like that a lot better, I mean who wouldn't want that? And finally, the first transformation in the series, who was it? Super Saiyan Goku? Great Ape Goku? No, it is Oolong. Yeah. So, who has the most firsts? Third place, with 2.5 firsts, is Giant Fish. Second place goes to Roshi with 5 firsts, and obviously, to nobody's surprise at all, Goku has the most firsts with 7.5. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I appreciate you watching this far, and doodle out.